Sounds good.
All right, welcome back, everybody. I am Joe Stevens with Seahawk Talk. To my left is Zach from Zach Talks Hawks. This is Seahawks Coast to Coast. 1 week late. Sorry about that, everybody. So, how's your day been, or week, 2 weeks been?
Yeah, it's been pretty good. Have quite a bit of football to wind up watching, and then no show to talk about it. But we talked about on the show. Not really compelling, other than maybe trap game kind of football games. I mean, we all kind of thought like this stretch was going to be really easy for the Seahawks. So, maybe it's a blessing in disguise. And now you're back, and we have like the biggest news in the NFL to talk about here with Seattle's game moving forward.
Yeah, and it's not even really pertaining to us. Where I made a mistake is it says Seahawks Vikings recap. I guess we can kind of recap both of them kind of in the same. Seahawks and Falcons started slow. I was a little nervous there after the first half. And then, sorry, I have a little one for those watching that's just going to be wandering around the back most of the time. So, anyways, so we start off slow offensively. I kind of want to say, if not mistaken, we were kind of slow on offense all game against Minnesota, especially in that first half. So it was nice the second half of the Atlanta game to really pick back up. So
yeah, great to see. I have a buddy who's a big Atlanta fan, and he told me in the first quarter, he's like, our special teams is the worst in the league. And Seattle had a blocked field goal, a 100-yard kickoff return for a touchdown, and Atlanta had a kickoff go out of bounds. I'm like, dang, like there's never been a more third phase of the game differential more so in recent memory than this one. Because look, we've talked about Seattle special teams being pretty good, but it just shines against a very, very bad Atlanta special teams unit. And I'm glad they took advantage of it.
Yeah, let's sorry. Let's
You're good. Lean into it, buddy. Lean into it.
Let's kind of talk about that blocked kick first, because that blocked kick, I mean, I don't even think that was an Atlanta special teams problem.
I agree.
And then Eamon Worry off the edge. And somebody said on the radio yesterday, and it kind of came to my attention that he's right. He's like, you think about those edge, field goal block, the guys blocking field goals on the edge. It's always your fastest guy. It's always a cornerback. And for a safety, a strong safety, might I add, to do that, he's definitely, as Jamal Adams would say, he's a weapon, right? He's a weapon. He's not just a safety. And I think he showed it most of the game. That was kind of his breakout game, even though he hasn't played bad. But yeah, Eamon Worry, that was something else. He had a heck of a game, probably his best game as a pro, I'd assume. Interception, the blocked field goal, and then he was just all over making plays, and even in the run game. So
yeah, and he's really come into his own. It's been really cool to see him just blossom this year, and man, I'm so pumped for him. I'm Just so cool. So cool.
Yeah. Came out with a hand injury at one point. I was like, you got to be kidding.
I was scared.
He tried to punch that ball out. Yeah, I was like, dude, come on. And then that's one thing that I like about him. Like, it seems like if it's not real injury and he's just hurt, he's not afraid to go back out there. We've seen this a couple times this year with him. It seems like once every game he leaves and comes back.
Yeah, so, I feel like you bring that up. I feel like he is quick to like get back on the field, but he is quick to get off the field. Like if it's a stinger or something like that, he's just like, I'm out, buddy. Like I'm getting checked out. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like NFL players that like get stingers and stuff like that, just play through it. But he's just like, going off, coming back. And for us as fans, we're like, no, okay, he's back. So I like more because he's preventing a minor injury getting maybe worse by staying out there. But we all have to go through the heart palpitations of wondering, like, did he crush his hand under that guy's helmet and now he's got like a broken everything on his hand? Yeah. It's
and then he comes right back and you're like, oh, okay, sweet. You just need to play off. So, I mean, this hasn't been the first time. It's been like, it seems like once a game you have a Nick Eamon-Wari, not injury, but he gets hurt for a second and comes right back. So, just want to say hi to Seahawks Eddie. Thanks for coming in. But yeah, you disappeared there for a second.
I'm messing with stuff.
Let's kind of talk about this defense as a whole because this unit has been insane. Shut out against Minnesota, then come right back and only allow 9 points against Atlanta. And kind of looking forward to this week. We're not going up against at least what I think is the most potent offense. I feel like as long as we can stop Jonathan Taylor, we might be good.
Yeah, I agree. Like stopping the run game is pretty much going to be like the thing to do this week. And I'd have to go and look at stats, but I think Indy's kind of like a middle of the road defense. Mm-hmm. I don't hear anything like atrocious about their defense, but I don't hear them being like the best in the league either. So, you kind of feel like you have a puncher's chance there doing some special things on offense. I know the running game for us has been kind of lackluster lately. Be nice to I know my feelings too. It's definitely an opportunity to tune up some of the things we've been lacking on moving into some bigger games here down the stretch.
Well, we thought this was going to be a big one too. Let's be honest. I think 3 weeks ago we thought, okay, this is going to be like on paper. Obviously, it still could be, but we were like, okay, well, you got Indy and Los Angeles back to back. That's going to be a tough 5 days. But sorry. That's going to be a tough 5 days, but it seems like we're getting kind of 3 games in a row of just teams that we should beat. And one thing about this team is it seems like, in the first half, Atlanta kind of hung around. In the first half, Minnesota kind of hung around for the most part. But this team is really good at stepping on their throat in the second half.
Yes.
So,
which is crazy because I've felt like for years our biggest complaint is like, just finish them off, please. And this year, like we've been so good in the second half. A really interesting thought from the last game was that Drew Lock came out and played in his 5th game of the year.
Yeah.
Due to blowouts. I mean, that is incredible in the NFL.
I didn't even know that was his 5th game, but it's something else to really see. You've seen a lot of Drew Lock hand the ball off at the end of the game. I can't believe Charbonnet was still in the game at the end of the game.
Me either.
I thought it was who was it? I thought it was Gaskin. I thought they handed the ball to Gaskin, but I don't even know if he was on the roster last week because was that a Tony Jones sighting we saw at the end of the game? last week, I believe it was. I was like, wow, that guy's still kicking, huh? I never expected to see him again. So.
Yeah. Well, it's Valenius Jones Jr. That's his name.
Oh, that's not Tony Johnson. That's that guy that was on and off the practice squad a bunch. That was with the Cougs in the Saints. Like. Yeah. But yeah, I guess one more thing I'd like to touch on too is the Vikings really shut down JSN. And then the first half of Atlanta, you kind of thought, okay, shoot, is there a blueprint to shutting this guy down? And then I think he showed in the second half, no, there is not. I think the Vikings were just a special case of everybody was talking. That's a Brian Flores defense that I don't think people are going to be able to replicate as well as they think. So
I have a Vikings friend, and we were talking quite a bit during the Vikings game, and I was like, can your defense just like chill the F out here for a moment? Because that'd be nice. And he's like, it's the only thing keeping us alive. I'm like, just stop. Like, this is supposed to be easy. And their defense is something special, man. And it's crazy because like this NFL season has just been so weird because like Minnesota gets shut out, and then the next week they just shut out themselves. And it's like, this is such a goofy, backward season.
Yeah, and how about we shut down Justin Jefferson pretty well. Let's not forget about that.
Absolutely.
I think he had the same amount of catches as JSN. I was in the concourse afterwards, and I was talking this Viking game. And I go, "Hey man, our top receivers had the same amount of catches." And it was both 2, you know. That was kind of a matchup you're going in. You're like, okay, JSN versus Justin Jefferson. That's going to be 1 second. Yeah, you do have a big Nerf gun. So anyway, but yeah, JSN and Justin Jefferson, you thought that was going to be kind of a matchup to watch on both sides of the ball. And 1 second. And it both were kind of a non-factor.
Yeah, for sure. And I'll get this. You go get that Nerf gun, man. Go get it. I'll talk for a hot minute. So
I don't even think it's here. I got it for his birthday. It's not here. It's at his house. He's just talking about his birthday presents. Do you want to tell everybody what you got for your birthday?
Yeah.
Okay. Mike's on you for 2 minutes, okay? And then you got to keep playing your game. Okay. Tell everybody how old you turned.
I turned into 4.
Woo!
Okay, now tell everybody some of the presents you got for your birthday.
Everyone just got me older presents.
Let's
go. Presents? What were some that you liked?
A monster truck.
You got a monster truck?
Yeah.
Did you get some Nerf guns?
Yeah, I did.
How about did you get a race car track?
Yeah, I did.
Seahawks Eddie says happy birthday. Can you say thank you?
Thank you.
Okay, what else? Did you get a Huskies jersey?
Yeah.
Okay. And then what do you want for Christmas?
And I want a big race car for our outside.
You want an outside race car? Anything else?
Yeah, I want a real one and series wheels and wheel and tires on it and I want a battery thing for it and I want
Look, he has a steering wheel. You see that?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you want an Xbox, right?
Yeah, I want an Xbox too.
All right. Say thank you, everybody, for listening.
Thank you.
Say for listening.
for listening.
All right, say I'm gonna go play my game.
I am going to play my game.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Say bye.
Bye.
All right. Okay, sit down, buddy, and play your game. All right, we should be good for a little bit.
That was adorable. I loved every second of that.
We should. I don't remember where we were, but
we can get to the injury stuff.
Yeah, screw it. Let's do it.
So a lot of people resting, limited participation. Big one today for us. Elijah Arroyo did not participate. He has a knee injury, so he's did not practice today. Doesn't look like he'll be able to play. Julian Love still nursing that hamstring, limited participation. Good to see him out there.
He looked good on Sunday, by the way.
He did.
That was something. Kind of forgetting. And then what a Tariq Woolen. Sorry to cut you off with injuries, but Tariq Woolen with that. 1 second, buddy. 1 second. All right, love you. So Tariq Woolen had that dumb penalty where he was talking shit to the guy on the ground, and then came back with like 3 pass breakups in a row after that, and I was like, okay, that definitely made up for it. So
Yeah,
I just want to shout those guys out in the secondary before I forgot.
Ty Cotta, speaking about guys in the secondary, oblique shoulder injury, limited participation. Just other guys of note, Jaron Reed, wrist, thumb, club.
Yeah. God, we're forgetting everything. Let's talk about sorry. That forced fumble that he had, I didn't even know he was wearing a club until they zoomed in on the replay. I was like, holy shit, is somebody wearing a club? And they're like, Jaron Reed with the club knocking that thing out. I was like, that's what Eamon Warren needs, okay?
Both hands.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, yeah. It was that forced fumble is awesome. Not every day do you see just a giant club coming in and knocking a ball out. So
Jalen Sundell, limited participation, so climbing back, trying to get back to full strength.
He was on the IR, wasn't he?
Well, it says here limited participation.
So it must be off the IR, right?
Yep. That's big.
Well, that's good news. I heard that some people, I don't know. I heard they were thinking about maybe you said that, but sliding him in at right guard.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. I saw this Instagram page that was like, just check it. He was like this offensive line guy, and he's like, honestly, just watch these plays by Anthony Bradford, and they were so bad. Like, to a non-professional eye like myself was even like, there's no way that's supposed to happen, right?
Yep.
So
it's rough. So that's Seahawks injury report. I think the biggest injury news that we could talk about coming out of Indy, of course, is their quarterback triage they got going on over there with old man Phillip Rivers. And this will bleed nicely into our news segment. Coming out of a long hibernation to maybe start for the Colts this week.
I think he's starting, dude. Before we get, screw it. We're already on the news, right? Where was it? Let me make sure I click on the right one. I believe he said, "Dadgummit, let's freaking go."
He's back, baby.
The most
all the way back.
Yeah, and I've never been a Phillip Rivers guy. It kind of irritates me how his name has one L, you know? But no, if I'm being completely honest, I've never liked him. And I'm a little worried if this pass rush is on, like we've seen it be on before. I actually think he might die back there.
Yeah. I don't know. You know, the thing that got me with this whole Philip Rivers thing is like, it's a cool story. You know, it'll be in my hot take. But at the end of the day, I think this is damning against the NFL. You're telling me there's not a young quarterback sitting in your practice squad or somebody else's practice squad that you can just go and get and run it for a couple weeks? And I mean, week so that Riley Leonard, who knows the system at least, is healthy enough to play. Maybe Riley Leonard is sitting out because he went to Notre Dame and he's doing the Notre Dame thing by sitting out.
Shut up.
But like, there's got to be something wrong with the development of young quarterbacks way deep on rosters if your only option is Philip Rivers.
Well, and let's be honest too. I know this is gonna sound dumb, but a lot of them, like Carson Beck, probably would be in the NFL this year on a practice squad. But they're making so much money in college. Why go sit on a practice squad and make less money than playing college football and being a superstar for another year? So I think that kind of has something to do with it.
But it's not like there aren't any QBs out there right now. You know,
we have to think too. Let's think about this. What's the last name of the person who owns the Colts?
Huh? Sorry.
What's the last name of the owner of the Colts? It's Irsay. Who's the one that hired Jeff Saturday in the middle of the season to be the head coach of the Indianapolis Colts with zero head coaching experience ever? Jim Irsay. So his daughter, I don't think, fell too far from the tree with this one right here.
Okay, so I found this list posted by Sport Track.
Mm-hmm.
Current NFL practice squad quarterbacks. You're telling me not one of these guys can hop in for a week and give the Colts a fighting chance because they're
better than
fit?
Philip Rivers. I'm going to agree most of these can, but let's go through the list.
Jeff Driscoll, Kyle Trask, Mike White, Sean Clifford,
nice.
Bailey Zappi, Will Greer, Sam Ellinger, CJ Beathard, Malik Cunningham, Clayton Thune, Brett Rippon. You have DJ.
Brett Rippon's on the Colts too.
Yeah,
I believe. Yeah,
DJ. That long word, but I don't know how to pronounce it. But I know you will because he's got a goofy last name. Yep, that guy. He's sitting on the Chargers. Jake Heiner
sucked last year at Florida State. So
Kyle McCord, Trevor Siemian, Sam Hartman. And I didn't name all of them, but you're telling me not one of those guys gives them a puncher's chance over Philip Rivers, who's been sitting on his couch since 2020.
I don't think he's been doing much sitting. I don't know. He's a grandpa of 10. I agree with you. I think it's dumb. And I think I've said before, the fact that an Irsay did this does not surprise me. And, well, actually it does. The person they did it with does surprise me. They're like, Daniel Jones goes down. What's the first thing we should do? Let's call Philip Rivers. I know we're going to be playing probably, and I don't care what Houston fans have to say about this, probably the best defense and most ferocious defense in the NFL next week. If I were them, if they really wanted to run it with Philip Rivers, I'd rest him this week.
Yeah.
And honestly, this isn't coming. This is me. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna knock on wood because this isn't me coming from a Seahawks fan. This is coming from, say, I'm a Jacksonville Jaguars fan, even those don't exist. Say I'm just thinking, don't really. Well, I guess they do kind of care because they're in the division. But say I'm a team that just doesn't care. I'm looking at that going, okay, the Seahawks are going to kick the shit out of the Colts, right? The Seahawks have been kind of kicking the shit out of everybody. So if you want to put a guy back there that's 44 years old, maybe this isn't the first week to do it.
Like, you're telling me Malik Cunningham can't go out there and run around for 4 quarters?
He probably can. But
like, why even have quarterbacks on practice squads if this situation, like, if there's no other situation that exists out there to go and poach a quarterback off a practice squad, wouldn't you think it'd be this one?
Yeah, probably.
I mean, I am mad for Colts fans. Like, everybody knows here on the show, like, ride or die, Indiana Jones. Like, that was my shtick. And
you sure about that?
It didn't look good for the last couple weeks.
I don't think you've told anybody that you actually liked him.
It didn't look good for the last couple weeks, but I was still on it. But, like, this move after, and I felt like the Colts were getting, like, really good ownership press. Like, they've been talking about the Irsay girls as being different, being innovative. Like, each one's kind of got their own role. Like, it's kind of goofy, but it's them, and that's what they're doing. But this is, like you said, this is so unserious. Like, the practice squad portal exists for this exact reason. Go and get a young guy.
Can you pull up where Shane Steichen, okay, that's their head coach. Can you look up where he's coached before? Because I know he's been with Philip Rivers before, but let's just see where he's coached before. And obviously Philip Rivers is the biggest name that was available, but I mean, I'm sure if Ken Stabler's still alive right now, I think he's technically available as well. It doesn't mean you should go out and get him. Joe Montana is technically available right now. He's a Hall of Famer.
Indianapolis, offensive coordinator for the Eagles, offensive coordinator for the Chargers, quarterback coach, of course, for the Chargers for Philip Rivers.
Mm-hmm.
Then with the Browns before his time in San Diego, Los Angeles, and then his college experience is UNLV.
Yeah, so when he was with the Browns, like, I don't know, Cody Kessler or something was probably the quarterback there, who's probably not 44 years old, I think that's the most surprising thing to me. It's not like they brought a guy off the couch. Well, they did. They did bring a guy off the couch.
I mean, he was coaching high school ball. All right, that's
the guy that
keeps his mind sharp.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, and then you're gonna have Nick Eamon-Warry either coming off the edge or dropping back, and
okay. I'm also having a child debacle, but
no, it's totally fine. I don't care.
Yeah. All right, but yeah.
How many high schoolers do you know that are the caliber of Nick Eamon-Warry or DeMarcus Lawrence coming off the edge trying to kill you?
Gosh.
And DeMarcus Lawrence is old. I think DeMarcus Lawrence is old, and he's also 10 years younger than Philip Rivers.
It's insane. It's insane. I just unserious football moves when the freaking practice squad thing exists. Like, it's so stupid. I feel so bad for Colts fans.
Yeah, and like Brett Rippon's on your practice squad. He's been in the building. I mean,
knows the system.
Exactly. So, well, anything else you want to say about this game other than kind of just the key? We say it every week, but this week especially, if you can just stop Jonathan Taylor, I dare whoever's playing quarterback to try to beat this team.
So I did just find this one article that I think is pretty interesting.
What?
It's from Broncos Wire. One of the QBs that Indy reached out to was Broncos quarterback Sam Ehlinger.
Okay.
He spent his first 4 years with the Colts, but he turned down the opportunity to reunite with his former team.
Wow.
We're really happy here. We're really happy here and enjoy the organization, the path we're on, and what we're building. I want to be a part of that. I was in Indianapolis for 4 years, and I love everybody over there. It's just a difficult situation, obviously. See, that just shows Sam Ehlinger isn't serious about football. That's what that headline shows me.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously he's serious about football. It's a serious, like, has it for a job, but I don't think he's serious about trying to be that guy, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure he's fine just collecting practice squad money, which is fine, and being the emergency quarterback on Sundays. So,
yeah. I didn't make our picks this week. Oops.
Oh, it's fine. I got some other NFL news if you want to get to it.
Sweet.
Not really much, but it's kind of, I thought it was hilarious that the same day that Phillip Rivers got returned to the Colts, Jason Pierre-Paul returned to the Buccaneers. Another guy, I realize he's 36 and not 44, but he does play defensive line. I saw that. I thought, how harmonious is the word? I don't know. How ironic is it that they signed on the same exact day? They're just trying to put a little old back in the new school, as Justin Moore would say.
Nice.
Yeah. And then I don't know if you caught this. This isn't NFL related, but
I did not see that part.
Yeah, that's ESPN, dude. Yeah, Sharon Moore detained by police after getting fired. I'm not sure why he's detained by police. I know he got fired because he had an inappropriate relationship with a staffer who was in her 30s. So, which is totally legal, is what I'm saying. I have no idea why he's detained by police. I tried to figure it out. I'm assuming it has to do with that relationship, why he got fired. Otherwise, there's no way it would have been on the same day.
That is wild.
Yeah, so I don't know really the difference between arrested and detained. So I don't know. Everything I see,
he's not charged with anything if he's detained. They're just holding him.
Oh, okay.
I watch enough.
Yeah, I don't know.
Body cam footage to know. Those are some of my favorite videos. Stupid people
Live
getting
PD?
what's coming. Oh.
I love Live PD. That's pretty tight, dude. Sometimes I'm rooting for the criminals, though. To be completely honest, I don't know. Like, the best one is like, obviously, I'm not rooting for a serious crime that affects another human. But like, if a guy stole a bunch of money from a grocery store or something, I'm kind of rooting for him to get away, just because I really think the chase is the funniest part. Or like when this fat cop is trying to catch somebody that's running away and they like fall on their face. That's pretty good. I love cop YouTube videos.
Goodness.
So, yeah, that is nuts. I don't know. It has to be for that relationship or whatever. See, like, this is all it says. Sharon Moore was detained by police. Later turned over to a second area police department for investigation into potential charges. That's it. Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know. As if Michigan hasn't had like enough scandals throughout, the past three years. They have to.
Michigan coach actually getting fired for a scandal. I never thought I'd see the day.
Yeah, me neither. And then, God, somebody goes, I read it on Twitter. Somebody goes, they're going to reach out to Mike McDonald. Reach out for what? Reach out to an NFL head coach to take a worse job in a terrible situation. And by the way, I think being a college coach is 10 times harder than being an NFL coach. You have to go, especially with the transfer portal. You're not just recruiting high schoolers. You're recruiting your own team and then players from other people's teams 365 days out of the year. Mike McDonald's on like a Super Bowl level NFL team. Reach out to Mike McDonald to what? For him to say, "Nah, I'm good."
Bill Belichick to the to the maize and blue. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. He turned North Carolina around so well. Well, when I first saw he got fired, Sharon Moore, I was like, "Oh, that's weird." Because I was like, he went like 8-4.
Yeah, and it's a weird time of year too. Like,
like right
before where they are.
Yeah, so I don't know. I was like, oh, okay, maybe. Part of me was like, they wait till after signing day because they're douchebags, and they like wanted all the commits to sign with Michigan. You know what I mean? And then be kind of trapped. But I think I was off. I don't think Michigan was actually being douches on this one. So, yeah. Any other noteworthy news you want to talk about?
Not really.
Yeah. Okay. You want to pull up the sketch?
Yep, I got it right here.
Here we go. Oh, by the way, so did you watch the Chargers Eagles game?
No.
Did you see that play where Jalen Hurts threw an interception and then recovered a fumble and then fumbled the ball? That was sick, dude. There you go. Jalen Hurts turns the ball over twice in one play. And I was thinking maybe it was like, I don't know, a penalty got bailed out or something. I don't know. That was ridiculous. It needed like the clown music going on in the background.
All right. Well, picks for week 15. I can't believe we're this far in, but here we are. Atlanta on the road playing Tampa Bay. Mike Evans back in the building for the Bucs this week.
Yeah, got to go with Tampa here. To be honest, they kind of need to win, and the Falcons sucked.
Yeah, Mike needs 250 receiving yards every week from here on in to continue his 1,000-yard benchmark. So it starts this week. So here we are.
How many yards does he have? 100?
He only played like one game. I'm just saying, like, like he's got to keep the streak going. So he's only got 4 more weeks.
Then he didn't even have any. He had no receiving yards.
200. Now I'm curious.
Stats. Oh,
did he not? Does he not have any?
No, go up. He has some. This year he has 140, so like
220 every week.
A little less
here on in,
probably like 210.
Yeah,
215. Yeah, that's doable. That's doable. Just break the record every week. He's playing Madden on rookie to break this record.
Yeah, give me the Buccaneers. I agree. I'm off the Kirk Cousins will save Atlanta train. I found
that didn't take. I kind of forgot we didn't do the show last week, and that was your hot take 2 weeks ago. So I was like, wow, that really did not. It took one show for you to be like, no, I'm good.
I found a new old guy. Yeah,
I guess we'll wait to figure out who that is.
It comes full circle. It comes full circle now. It goes back to the first ever hot take. So we're good. We're ready. This is what it should be. All right. Ravens on the road playing the Bengals in a divisional game.
Yeah, dude, the Bengals are going to run the table. Give me Joe Cool.
Man, they were so close last week versus Buffalo in that snow game. They're so close.
I didn't even know they lost. I watched did you see that I think yeah, that's right. I was at my sister's house, and I think obviously a bunch of people were there, but that catch that T. Higgins made in the fourth quarter, like the one-handed just right in the basket, I was like, no way.
Yeah. I agree. Give me Cincinnati. I don't know if they're going to run the table, but man, Lamar in the last month has been awful.
Oh, and he's questionable.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I only know that because he'll probably play, obviously.
Yeah.
I think he's questionable like every week, but he's on my fantasy football team. That's the only reason I know that.
There you go. Raiders playing the Eagles in what will more than likely be a Kenny Pickett revenge game.
You stole my line.
I'm sorry.
You stole my line. This is a Kenny Pickett revenge game. All right. And I'm taking the Eagles. I'm sorry. Taking the Eagles.
I'm also taking Philly. God, the Raiders are bad and not what.
Hey, they have one good player.
Yeah, Geno Smith. So Jamal Adams. The Cardinals are on the road to play the Texans.
Yeah. Hell of an interesting matchup here. Give me the Texans.
Yeah, I just feel like it's so strange. Like,
I know you thought Jacoby Brissett was going to take over, and I'm just kidding.
And run the table for Arizona.
That was my hot take 5 weeks ago. Was that Jacoby Brissett was? Oh, I'm kidding.
No, Houston's defense is too good. I'm picking the Texans. Chargers could end the Chiefs' dynasty in one foul swoop. If the Chiefs lose, they are eliminated from the playoffs.
Yeah, I hate you guys that root against the Chiefs just because they're good. Okay, I'm watching some of these games, and I just want to get online and tweet about how terrible the calls are against the Chiefs. But everybody did the opposite for so long. But no, Mahomes receivers can't catch the ball.
Nope.
I'd clean house. They need to rebuild, especially with like the defense ain't bad, but his offensive weapons, like Kelsey seems like he's not really there anymore to like give a shit. And then the receivers they have just drop the ball. So with that being said, still give me the Chiefs.
I also agree. Give me the Chiefs this week to starve off elimination one more time against the Chargers.
Yeah.
Interesting divisional matchup here. A lot on the line. Bills one last gasp to say no, not yet to New England over the AFC East.
Yeah, Bills. I take the Bills.
I also take the Bills. I don't know if we've disagreed this whole time.
I don't think we have yet.
I don't think so.
I think towards the end we're going to. There's a couple
there's a couple that I'm like, but yeah, give me Buffalo to make this division very interesting down the stretch. Jets playing. I know Tyrod's banged up. I don't even know who's their starter this week.
Duval
and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I don't think it matters. I think we're both taking the Jaguars.
Yeah.
I don't think it matters who's playing quarterback.
Jets are so bad. Yeah. Give me Jacksonville. Sneaky contenders there in the South. Commanders on the road. You know, it's crazy. It's like you rush a injury-prone quarterback back out there whose arm twisted backwards like Stretch Armstrong, and then he gets hurt again. I know, crazy, wild. So back to Marcus Mariota we go for Washington playing the Giants.
Actually, you know what's funny is last year, remember how many Seahawks fans were pissed that we got Mike McDonald instead of Dan Quinn because of how Dan Quinn brought his team to the NFC Championship last year and how we missed the playoffs? How do you think they feel about that now? With that being said, give me the just because I don't know. I like them more than the Giants.
This is where we will finally disagree. I'm going to pick the Giants at home. No reason. They both stink, so it'll probably be a great game.
That was kind of me. I just like the Commanders logo better than.
Oh, you're a big fan of stupid logos. Okay.
Yeah.
Browns.
Yeah, go ahead.
Browns playing the Bears, who got a piece of humble pie last week against the Packers.
Yeah, still almost won. So give me the Bears. I think the Bears are actually pretty good. Yeah, that's I brought the wrist up.
It's time. It's time. Shooter. Yeah. I'm picking the Browns with the upset over the Bears. I think I think the Browns had a bad week last week defensively. I think they bounced back in a big way. Caleb Williams has not shown that he can handle pressure very well. I think that's going to be a huge matchup problem in this game. And if you give Shedeur some time, he can actually huck the rock down the field. So it'll be up to Kevin Stefanski to actually keep him in the game when the game is on the line, unlike last week where you have a 2-point conversion ready to go to tie the football game. You take out your quarterback like an idiot.
I didn't watch it. Well, they run a wildcat play.
Yes, and it was terrible. It was late in the game. He finally let him down the field. They wound up scoring. Shedeur had like over 300 yards last week. I think 3 touchdowns and an interception, or 4 touchdowns and an interception, something like that, and played great. And then they finally get here for the 2-point conversion, and they're like, "Go to the sideline, Shedeur." And the Browns want that pick. So, but I'm picking Cleveland. Yeah, upset of the week.
Yeah.
Panthers. And if you've paid attention to the Panthers at all this season, if you're keeping track, this is the week they play like the best team in the NFL against the Saints.
Hey, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but really the Panthers season has turned around since Carolina Mike song. If you had $150,000, I feel like that kind of changed the energy, the vibe, the bravado of this Panthers team. And give me the Panthers. The Saints suck.
Tyler Shuck had a great game last week, and they beat the Bucs last week. So I'm going to pick the Panthers literally because every other week the Panthers are the best team in the NFL, and this is their on week. That was literally my only conclusion for this game. So picking Carolina.
If you had 150,000.
Gosh. Lions playing the Rams in a familiar foe. I love this matchup. Goff and Stafford going at each other. to their old teams. I think it's always a lot of fun. Should be a good game.
Yeah, I think Goff gets the better of them. I'm taking the Lions, dude.
I'm also picking the Lions. They need it. They need it right now. And I think this is finally...
Yeah,
Huh?
I kind of want the Rams to win just because I'd rather play the Rams coming off of a win than them coming off a loss and be hungry. So,
yeah. Man, it'd be huge for the West if the Rams lost, though. So, yeah, give me Detroit. We'll save Seahawks Colts for last, even though I'm sure we know where we're going. Packers. Are we sure about that? Packers on the road. Denver at Mile High. Isn't this
Green
crazy?
Bay.
55%.
I hate Sean Payton.
No further analysis needed. I hate Sean Payton. Denver 11-2 in position for the 1 seed. I'm also picking Green Bay, though. I believe in their defense more than I believe in Bo Nix overcoming it. So give me Denver. Give me Denver. Give me Green Bay. Titans coming off of a win playing the 49ers.
Okay, hear me out.
Oh my gosh.
Titans are on a hot streak. I'm picking the Titans. The only reason being is the fact that I hate the 49ers a lot, and I'm rooting for me to be right. And also this is like the last 2 teams that Randy Moss played for, so I wonder if he's going to be attending, seeing that he's a legend for both teams.
Give me San Francisco. I'd rather be right than spiteful. So
okay,
yeah.
Well, let's see how that works out for you.
Yeah. Cowboys on Sunday night hosting the Vikings, who had finally a good game from JJ McCarthy last week.
9, or was that?
Sorry.
That was JJ McCarthy, right?
Excuse me.
9 sucks.
9. No, 9 showed up last week. So apologies.
Yeah, I'm actually. This one's actually tougher than I think, and I think I'm going to take the upset. I think I'm taking the Vikings just because.
Give me Dallas at home.
Yeah,
they're kind of like
smart
in that
pick.
same spot. Yeah, they're kind of in that same spot, even though you don't see the last pick as a smart pick. Okay, I kind of see Dallas in the same spot as
You're probably going to lose.
As Kansas City. You know, they're fending off being forgotten in the playoff race right now. So I think backs against the wall. I think Dallas has something to go and fight for. So that's why I'm picking Dallas.
Yeah, their owner's a genius.
Interesting Monday night game. Might be snowing in Pittsburgh, December 15th. Might have to factor that into your pick. Miami on the road playing Pittsburgh.
The fact that the Dolphins are 6-7 is actually pretty nuts. I didn't even realize that, but still, just going with the Steelers. I don't know. I trust them more.
I don't know, man. Aaron Rodgers last week, for the first time in a long time, brought out the discount double check.
No, he did not. Really?
Yes, he did. He had a naked QB bootleg, and he ran it in. And
who are they playing against?
He was fired up. The Ravens.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they won.
And he was fired up. I mean, it was a Aaron Rodgers I haven't seen in a long time. And I don't know, maybe there's something brewing down there in the Berg. So give me Pittsburgh here at home. Good for them. If they got their swagger, that division's gonna be nuts here down the stretch. Colts, probably Philip Rivers playing against one of the best, if not the best defense in the NFL in Seattle.
The best defense. I think we're better than Houston. When we played Houston, I think our defense looked better than Houston's defense did. So, yeah, believe it or not, I'm taking the home team on this one. I think really just the home field advantage. No, we should we should win. We should win by double digits. And I think if we don't, there's a problem. If we don't win, I think there's a problem. So
there's a couple matchups here that give me cause for pause in terms of like key to winning. Seattle's got to defend the run very, very well against a really, really talented running back. We know historically tight end coverage is not good, and your boy Tyler Warren on the other side of the football could be causing some problems. So
yeah, why isn't he playing quarterback?
I don't know. He's played more recently than Phillip Rivers, and he was pretty good.
I think they saw the number 4. They saw the number 44, and that's what reminded them of Phillip Rivers. They were like, Tyler Warren. Oh shit! No, you know who's 44? Should give old Phil Riv a call.
Or they watched the Texas Tech BYU game and was like, any quarterback that has a number in the 40s should not be playing quarterback. So
I didn't want their quarterback in the 40s.
Yeah, the quarterback for BYU wears 47.
Shut up.
I'm like, this is a football sin. They need to lose by 1,000. Like,
that's classic Doug Flutie, dude. Remember
like,
Doug Flutie in Boston College wearing 20?
I don't care.
It's
dumb.
Off. No,
dumb.
It pisses me off. It really irritates me.
Good.
Yeah.
Ticks me off too. Yeah. So anyway, that's our picks for the week.
Yeah, I'm still mad they really got rid of position numbers in the NFL. It still irritates me. So, like a defensive lineman wearing number 2 coming like, what are you doing, dude?
Like in Madden, I go in and I try to like change as many as I can.
I do it too. So what I do is I'll do a franchise, and then honestly, the only one that I keep is Kobe Bryant. I think it's kind of sick that he wears 8, but sometimes I change him to 24.
Yep.
I've been playing Mutt, by the way, dude.
Yeah, you won't catch me playing Mutt, but yeah.
I have. I figured out the formula. You wait until I like the challenges because I don't really play head-to-head online on Ultimate Team. I just like doing the situational challenges. But if you wait until like this point of the year, all the cards are super cheap unless they're like 94 overall. So I just filled up my roster immediately. I only have Seahawks player.
There you go.
So yeah, what's your hot take? Let's hear it,
buddy. Look, I want everybody out there to know I was just a little early. And I know I've said it before, but I mean it now. Because if you remember our journey, we started off with the hottest take of Daniel Jones and Indiana Jones being the thing in Indianapolis. And then we found like a really cool, fun thing to like hop on for our hot takes, which are all these old men coming out and saving their teams. And it started out as Joe Flacco is going to come out here and he's going to save he's going to save the Browns, and then psych, he's actually going to save the Bengals, and he didn't do either one of those things. But it was a good thought. And then
and he didn't do either one.
and then Kirk Cousins comes out, and you're like, oh, like here's the old guy, like this, he's gonna win. It's gonna be great. And it didn't take very long for us to understand why he's not starting. So God has smiled upon my hot takes and was like, here you go. To wrap it all together with a nice bow, we're going to make your hottest take about your first love, the Indianapolis Colts, in this section of hot takes. It won't start this week. We'll have to like wait a week. It's kind of like wine. You got to wait for it to mature just a little bit longer, even though he's 178 years old with 18 grandchildren. But you got to wait one more week in order for this to come to fruition. But I think Phillip Rivers is going to lead the Indianapolis Colts to the playoffs. And I actually think Phillip Rivers is going to wind up getting, finally, a playoff victory with the Indianapolis Colts.
His second playoff victory of his career. Bam! San Diego, they never won the playoffs either.
Bam!
I don't. Yeah, so I think that sucks. I know you said God smiled this down upon you. I think he's asking you to leave him out of this one because of your history of the hot takes. I have a pretty good one. I'm just kidding. I don't know if I have one. I get it. I get you're rooting for this to be a thing, but I just think it's kind of hasn't been the year of the senior.
I'm just early. I had to wait.
Yeah, wait.
I had to wait for the take, like the people it's about.
Dude, wait till next week. Bo Nix tears his ACL, so Drew Brees comes back to reunite with Sean Payton
Manning. Peyton Manning comes out and leads the Denver Broncos.
Yeah, dude. Fucking Tom Brady comes back to New England.
Plays for the Raiders.
Drake May gets hurt. Anyway, that is more of a possibility than I think anything we just said. So next year, I think the hot take. I think the Seahawks hold the Indianapolis Colts passing attack to under 75 yards. Seriously.
That would be cool. I'd root for it because my hot take
net,
doesn't start
by the way.
next week.
That's net with sacks.
Yeah.
Net with sacks. So. All right. Well,
I have one more thing for you if you have the time. Because we do sometimes.
No. Yeah, of course.
We do sometimes wind up talking about college football on the show. I have to ask your opinion because everybody else is talking about it. What do you think about Notre Dame being left out of this year's college football playoff?
I think it's funny. If I'm being completely honest, I get where their gripe is coming from because they were ranked ahead of Miami before they got knocked out. But then again, they lost head-to-head to Miami. So I think the committee's argument said was, well, they had a team between them, so it didn't matter. We didn't use head-to-head results, but since they're right next to each other, we used head-to-head results. I do think it's complete bullshit that they pulled out of playing a bowl game because think of how many seniors are on that team that are never going to play football again. So I think that's a little selfish.
I agree. I think, in my opinion, they both should have gotten in because.
Oh yeah, I think they should have left Bama out.
Yeah.
No. Yeah,
I agree. That's my take. Too.
I think I think they were scared of? I think the committee was afraid of the SEC for saying, okay, next year we won't play a conference championship game. And then I think that, I think teams would say, okay, we're not going to play in the conference championship, which would piss the SEC off because of how much money that makes the SEC. And then
here's a novel thought that nobody has really talked about that could fix the whole thing. Release the playoff bracket before the conference championships are over to the teams that are locked into the playoffs.
So here's my
Go ahead.
Here's my thing. Instead of that, because I get they want to do it after, they want to do Selection Sunday after the conference championships, but it doesn't really pertain to Notre Dame because they're not in a conference. But so say Big Ten, 1 plays 2, right? Have 2 play 3, 4 play 5, 6 play 7. Have all your teams, and then they can fight for,
seeding.
3 and 4 can fight to be third. 1 and 2 can fight to be first. And then guess what? Everybody has to play. And then nobody can bitch about, well, they had to sit at home or got to sit at home. Because still, it creates a bye week for teams that don't deserve it, right? Like the 5, 6, 7, 8 teams in the college football playoff that make it in by sitting on the couch. So
yeah. Yeah, I mean, look at Oregon's path. They get a bye week because they're not good enough to get into the conference championship, and they play JMU. Like,
go Bulldogs, baby! Yeah, they're gonna win. They're gonna shock the world.
I saw a funny JMU article or JMU tweet, and it was like, upon further review, we have to, when looking at the film, we can't really underestimate our opponent this week. They're a bit of a spunky bunch, and might give us some trouble this week. And I'm like, yeah, like come in with that kind of energy. Like go think you're the favorites. Like, this is great.
Dude,
really
Oregon.
That'd be awesome.
I mean, look at how Oregon played against Ohio State last year in the Rose Bowl, and they can be got. Oregon can be got. Look at the Huskies game against Oregon. That was anybody's game in the third quarter. Actually, the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, they're not Oregon last year. Oregon last year was scary. I'm going to knock on wood here. I'm rooting for whoever plays Oregon. And I will never root for Penn State. When Penn State was playing Oregon this year, I was ready to friggin' get a shirt that says like that, or, just get some creepy glasses like he had. I hate Oregon with a passion. So go Bulldogs. Go JMU.
I wanted to get your opinion on that, because I know we talk about college ball in here every now and again. So yeah.
I mean, honestly, if you don't want to, join a conference and play real opponents all year too.
Yep.
Don't just play a bunch of shit opponents and then play USC and Miami. So
totally agree.
Yeah. Anyways, all right. Well, I guess we'll see you guys on Wednesday. Sorry for that.